To solve exponential equations, you need to keep this in mind, that if the bases are the same, what you have to do is just equate the exponents. Okay, so what I mean by that is, in this question here, we can see that the bases are the same, which means that these exponents or indices should be equal, which means x minus 1 should be equal to 5x. And if you solve that, we'll end up with, suppose I move that to the other side, I'll have minus 1 will be 5x minus x. So minus 1 will be 4x, which means that x will be equal to negative a quarter. Okay, here's another example. Of course, here the bases are not the same, which means I need to express this so that it has the same base as 3. So this is 3 to the power 4, because 3 to the power 4 is 81. Now I have the same bases. I have 3 to the power something and 3 to the power something, which means that those exponents should be equal. So 3x plus 1 should be equal to 4. And when you solve this, we'll end up with 3x will be equal to 4 minus 1. So 3x will be equal to 3, which means x will be equal to 1. Here is another example. Solve these equations for x. Now, what we need to do, I'll start with the first one here, is 9 it can be written as 3 squared. So, and this can be written as 9 to the power negative x. So, what I'll have on the left will be 3 squared multiplied by 3 to the power 3x plus 1 is equal to, actually 9 can be written as 3 squared as well to the power negative x. So what we'll end up with is, remember here on the left hand side, I'm multiplying these guys, so I need to add those powers. So I'll end up with 2 plus 3x plus 1 will be equal to 3. Now if you have a power of a power, you multiply them, so negative 2x. Remember laws of indices, which means that since we have the same base, we can equate those indices. So 2 plus 3x plus 1 will be equal to negative 2x. I can simplify the left hand side, so 3x plus 3 is equals to negative 2x. And then what I can do here is I can bring this to the left and move this to the right. So I'll have 3x plus 2x is equals to negative 3. 5x is equals to negative 3, which means x will be equal to negative 3 over 5. Okay, how about the next one on the right? So for the next one on the right, we'll pretty much do the same thing. So this is almost 2 to the power of 2 to the power x minus 1, which is equal to 2 to the power 2x minus 2. Because if you have a power of a power, you can just multiply them out. So we can equate, because we have the same base, you can equate the exponents, which means 2 minus 3x is equal to 2x minus 2. What I'll do here is I can move this to the right and move this to the left, which will give me 2 plus 2 is equals to 2x plus 3x. So 4 is equals to 5x, which means x will be equal to 4 over 5. Here is another question. Solve that. Now 8 is 2 cubed, so this question can be written as 2 cubed multiplied by 2 to the power x plus 1 is equal to 2. I just put it in bracket, so, and then 2 to the power x to the power of a half. So here we are multiplying this, guys. So all we need to do, we are multiplying this and we are multiplying this. Now remember, this one here is same as 2 to the power 1. So on the left hand side, what we'll end up with is 2 to the power of 3 plus x plus 1. On the right hand side, 2 to the power 1 plus a half x. Well, because you have a power of a power, so that is x multiplied by a half, which is a half x. Okay, since you have the same base, you can equate the powers. So 3 plus x plus 1 is equals to 1 plus a half x, which means x plus 4 is equals to 1 plus a half x. So what I'm going to do is bring this to the left and take that to the right. So x minus a half x is equals to 1 minus 4. So that will be a half x is equals to negative 3. So x will be negative 3 multiplied by 2, which is negative 6. So x is equals to negative 6.